Hi, angels. As some of you may know, I like to come to a specific church where I live from time to time. I'm not religious, as I've said in other communications, but I come to church to meditate and to connect with the Ascended Masters. I come to connect with Jesus. I come to connect with Mary, with Joseph. And yes, I come to meditate, which is different from praying. I also pray sometimes. I did not receive a religious education at all, but I have communications that are available. So I just came out of church right now and received a message from Jesus who said, the vibration that you are in right now, in this very moment, is always the best vibration, is the key. In other words, what he meant was the emotion that we feel is always the best emotion that we can feel at any given moment. And by this he meant, if you are angry, this is the most generative emotion right now. If you are grateful, which I was, the two feelings, the two sensations, the two emotions, the two vibrations that I was getting were gratitude and a sense of white energy unobstructed. So basically, it's very pleasant to be in those states, to be in those vibrations, to be in those energies. But when I'm in anger or sadness, or when I'm going through a depression phase, say it's a depressing day, it's I'm struggling with something very specifically depressing. But when I'm in those states and I'm able to appreciate the nature and the vibration of those emotional states, I find it really absolutely gorgeous. It's when we are not in alignment, when we are not in acceptance of these emotions, that we do not feel good and we feel misaligned, we feel like misplaced, we feel like we need to change something. There's nothing to change. It's mostly about acceptance of whatever is happening in the moment. And so right now, Jesus is offering to continue what he was starting to say in the church, and I didn't have anything to write it down, so I kind of closed the faucet on that message right there so I wouldn't forget to deliver it to you all, which was that message, the vibration that you are in this very moment is always the best vibration. And so now he's continuing and he's saying, this is a portal. Every single second, every single emotion, every single state that we find ourselves in is a portal into the infinite potential of our lives, the path of our soul, a realignment with this path, and a deeper connection with the divine, in the sense of allowing for the divine to guide us on the path, to open the red carpet, so to speak, before us, so that we do not need to work so hard and exhaust ourselves and remain efficient instead in the way we navigate life, and also to receive more joy, more happiness in the process. These states, the present is always a gigantic, huge portal, is the message I am getting from him. It is truly the moment which brings the biggest opening onto the infinite possibilities in our lives. It is that gate, that portal is a sort of bridge, it's a threshold into between the concrete, mundane experience of our daily lives and the magic of divine guidance, of our soul's journey, not only on earth, but on its infinite path of expansion and evolution before, after, beyond this present lifetime that we are in. Magic, I keep hearing magic. Magic with the CK at the end, which is unfamiliar for me. I've seen it mentioned in Wicca traditions. He says it is the good witch, the white magic, the beauty of the universe spoken through Mother Mary. A serenity inside from knowing that we are guided on the path, not as an idea, not as a theory, but as an embodied guidance. I'm seeing this red carpet unfolding again before your very eyes, being shown a different reality almost, because your eyes see differently. So when you are fully in the moment, in full acceptance of who you are, of what is happening to you, regardless of whether you would like this or something better, you just accept what is right now and are not distracted by all the thoughts about, oh, but what about this? What about that? I'm worried. Oh, but this can't work. This is not going to work because blah, blah, blah. And what about this? And what about, my friend, and what about this project that's not really moving forward? And what about that? All these distracting ideas. When you are fully in the moment, you are being offered, you are being shown a totally different vision of the world and how to navigate it. It is hard to capture in words what is being said. What is the idea? I'm downloading an idea, it's a block. It's a sensation, it's a vision, but it's hard to translate it into words. So what is being said is the grid of your interpretation, the goggles through which you see reality are different. They're different goggles than the ones you may have been used to so far. And it is really a revelation, a revealing of all the divine possibilities that are everywhere in the landscape around you. In people, you understand the deeper reasons why people are in your lives. You understand nature better. You understand how it interacts within itself, what it can even convey to you. You can watch, observe things unfolding in the landscape and understand deeper revelations about the invisible, what has been invisible to you so far. So it is very profound. So the more you can cultivate being in presence in the moment, the more easeful your life can be, the more fulfilling your life can be, because you're not distracted by your doubts, by your fears, by your expectations, by your questions. It is a state, if you can be in the moment, it is a state when there is no more questions. There is no more planning. There is no more goal setting. There is no more need to speak even. And yet, everything can happen. Everything can come to you effortlessly. Everything can come to you without you having to lift a finger. And this is very different from being passive. It's very different from doing nothing, out of laziness, like unproductive laziness, the laziness of just being disengaged, because there is good laziness. There is productive laziness, I do believe, or at least we can call a certain form of relaxation laziness of a good kind. But what Jesus is saying, this is not laziness of that is disengaged, disconnected. It is a form of receptivity, and I think that's what he meant by when he mentioned Mother Mary. In the church as well, I received a message that it's not that Mother Mary is the divine feminine and Jesus is the divine masculine. Jesus has both in him. He has the divine masculine and the divine feminine perfectly balanced in him, and that is why he is at the center of Christianity. Now, this is one vision. I'm not saying it's the only vision. I'm not saying it's the only valid vision. I'm saying this is what Jesus represents. And I think it's important to express this balance of the feminine and the masculine in their healed forms in the persona of Jesus, because it's his message that when you have these two in balance, you can allow the divine nectar of God to pour through you right in the middle. Therefore, I know that for some people, Christianity represents patriarchy, or, is equaled with patriarchy, that it is organized around a masculine figure, but this is not what the divine truth about Jesus is about. The message of Jesus is a message of balance and of respect, deep respect for the feminine, as well as the masculine, of course. I'm going to close here. I could be here all day, and this is so wonderful. If I receive more messages today, I will share them with you in a different video, which I will link to this one. I hope that this is helpful. It's already very powerful, I feel like. Have a blessed day. Be well. Bye.